Hi everybody. Well, it's almost Thanksgiving, and I thought I'd discuss with you the process of covering our containers. We've got about 15,000 containers here, quarts and gallons, and about 22,000 2.5-inch pots on the other side over there. So basically what we do, and there's a video we did of this, I think last year, showing the process with the crew here. We cut all the plants back. We staple down the plastic on one end in October, and then we put microfoam down, and when it's time to cover, which was last week, we're getting into the teens. That's another thing you have to watch is temperature change. If we're in the 40s, 30s, 40s, 30s, we don't cover. Once you see the temperature drop below 15 degrees, that will be the time, at least for us in this area, to cover, and it's going to do nothing but get chillier too. We've got a warm day today, but that's why we have the white plastic and microfoam to insulate and moderate temperature change. So after we put the microfoam over the plants, then we stretch the plastic over it, and you can see we staple it on the other end. We roll it up in 2x4s and staple it down. Again, we've got a showing this last year with the crew in action, which would be real good. And then after we get all the staple down, we put the cinder blocks on top, because the lift of the wind, when the wind is coming like gangbusters from the west, it creates lift on the plastic, and that could cause the plastic to flop and actually pull the rebar out of the ground if it gets too strong. I've never had that happen yet, and I guess I never had it happen because I put 1 million cinder blocks on top of the plastic too, because I don't want that to happen. Inside the hoop huts, we actually cut everything back at about the same time, and we have most of the shade plants stored in the hoop huts for no particular reason except that the hoop huts have 30% shade cloth over them. So that becomes our growing area for shade plants. We also do full sun plants there. I discussed in some of my other YouTubes. Plants transition nicely from 30% light into full sun, and transition well from 30% shade into more shade. So it's a very good fabric, the 30% shade cloth. And in about 2 weeks, when we get steady temperatures in the 20s, we'll cover those plants in the hoop hut with microfoam. So I want to end it by saying, have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great year. It's time to start ordering and thinking about next year. And I'm very excited that we could be together through the year to look at different plant patterns, to talk about plant growth, growth habits, and putting plant communities together. Because really, it's in all forms of life, it's about social systems of living. And we just keep striving to understand that and to move our way forward. And as we get into the new year, I'm going to look forward to doing more programs at Simple. We're going to talk about more intimate relationships with plants, and also more intimate understanding of the plants. As an example, we might know something about Solidago, about its flower shape, flower size, growth habit, and growth rate. But there's some other things that we need to know a little bit more about it: seeding rate, seeding capabilities, rhizomatous habits. So we're going to get into a little deeper detail about each plant and each group of plants too, and how each group of plants has different members that can relate well in different plant communities and different planting times. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all at Simple after January 1st, and we'll get into, like I said, a little more deeper discussion about plant and plant relationships and how to place them together socially. Thanks a lot, and look forward to seeing you next year.